सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. So what was the verse we saw last time? 56? Okay.
55 for the day.
To start 56.
Okay.
We have to start 56.
56 we have to do now. Okay. Okay, now he is summing up all the arguments he had given about cause effect. Okay, remember there was a trend for the last couple of classes. So he says, यावद् हेतु फलावेशः संसार तावद् आयतः क्षीणे हेतु फलाशे संसारम न प्रपद्यते. As long as you are looking for cause and effect, he says, that is caught up in your mind. Avesha. Avesha is a term used for some energy, some spirit taking hold of you. Okay, obsessiveness. In modern ways, you can translate it as being obsessive about it. This causation hunting, So he says, as long as that avesha, the cause effect is there, you will see samsara. Why? Because cause effect presupposes the reality of duality. It takes duality as real. Only then you can look for cause effect. Look at it. You saw a rope on the snake. Correct? Snake on the rope. Okay. Hey, how many of you are really alert to what is being said? You saw a snake on a rope. Put the torch on, you found the rope, you laughed it and went off. Now supposing you are going to keep on asking, where did the snake come from? Why did I see the snake, etc.? What does that mean? You are giving a reality to that snake. Not there. And the more you look for explanations of why you saw it, even if you accept not really there, but psychological reasons you are going to. Okay. You're still giving a reality. Mistake, yeah, mistaken perception हो गया काम ना. So the more cause effect you go into, the more samsara is there, because duality is there. If duality is taken as real, how can you say samsara is not there? Because if duality is real, finitude is real. If finite, then that is exactly what samsara is about. Because if I am a finite entity, then all the existential issues come up. Finitude, isolation, loneliness, purposelessness, the unwept sorrow in every heart, all that will come up. Are you saying cause effect hunting is not important? For dealing with samsara, it is important. For dealing with samsara, managing samsara, it's important. To make samsara a bit more tolerable, important. A bit more comfortable, important. That much is important. But if you are looking for freedom from samsara, then that doesn't work. So, okay, I will stop looking for cause effect. No. You have to be able to dismiss cause effect as mithya. Because cause effect is there. Vyavahara is there. So, cause effect is there. So, unless you can dismiss it as mithya, and dismiss the duality itself as mithya, for which you have to understand the reality. So don't say, okay, I'll stop looking for cause effect. Then you'll become more idiotic. Why? I can't deal with the functioning world then. No, cause effect is not there. You're feeling hungry. So, how do you remove that? Eat something. But cause effect is mithya. Don't eat. Suffer that hunger. So, in the Vyavaharik world, it is important. As I said, to manage samsara, it is important. So, but to get out of that cause effect, you have to see the duality as mithya, see yourself as a reality, that there is only one reality. Only then this causation hunting will go. Functionally it will be there. That's functional, fine. Okay. Then he says, Kshena hetu philabhas, samsara na pratipadyati, na prapadyati. There is no samsara. Why? Because there is not because you have stopped causation hunting, because you have taken duality as mithya. Your avidya is gone. Because your avidya is gone, there is no more need for cause effect. Are you all understanding this? Getting this point? See where it works, see where it doesn't work. Okay. So, this verse is literally the summing up of the last half a dozen verses argument. Is this clear, or are there any questions, clarifications? Because it's an important thing. Are there any questions, clarifications on this?
So Swamiji,
Yeah?
so the adhisthana of cause effect would naturally need to be free of cause effect.
Exactly.
And that has to be me, because the whole jagat is cause effect, and I, the conscious being, objectifying the whole thing, is the
Yeah.
adhisthana.
Exactly. So
It's
that,
as simple.
yeah, and that has to be clarified further.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Swamiji,
Yeah?
this the way the human mind is designed
Yeah.
is actually to think in terms of only cause effect.
Correct?
Let it be any field. So for everywhere there is always a cause and an effect.
Correct.
If it is economics or whatever.
Any
so
discipline.
such a technical mind which is actually programmed to think of cause effect, to see that totally out, it requires a different kind of mindset for that kind of thinking, because
Correct.
for years and the design is also like we are only we cannot, it's very difficult to think otherwise, like,
Correct.
you know.
Yeah. The more expertise that you have in any disciplines of knowledge, the more expertise you have in any discipline of knowledge, means you are very good in cause effect thinking. If you have a doctorate, definitely you are very good in cause effect thinking. If you are a researcher, 100% definite you are into cause effect thinking. So that is why he spent so much of time in showing that cause effect is mithya. Cause effect works only in a segment. Change the framework, everything disappears. Cloth is cause of kurta, so cause effect. But when you see kurta as nothing but cloth, the whole thing changes. No? Why? Because I have seen the mithyatvam of the kurta. I am not saying cause effect is not there in samsara. I am saying it is a mithya thing. So that is what the mind. So the mind has to be steeped in this understanding of Satyam and Mithya. That's why if you look at previously, some 20 verses he spent on showing cause effect is Mithya. And that's important. Even in New Age disciplines, etc., where the cause effect connection is not very clearly shown, is more associative logic. Still, there also the same thing is there. Any discipline of knowledge function on cause effect. Any discipline. That's why perception inference minimum is involved. Actually, all the five brahmanas are involved. So that is the thing. So my mind is so conditioned by cause effect. I have to learn to think of cause effect as mithya. Not try to drop cause effect thinking. That's a mistake we will make. And then if you dismiss cause effect thinking, you can't even deal with vyavahara. Then samsaritvam will become more, not less. But to see the whole thing as mithya, that is very important. Anything that you are committed to, anything that you have spent hours of practice, this creates this creates that, this is that. Yeah, it is a cognitive process. In medicine, this is economic, this creates this, etc. Energy work, this creates this, etc. Correct? Mithya. Energy work is also mithya. Can you take it as satyam? You do it, I do it. Can't take it as satyam, no? It's only energy, prana level you're dealing with. Ishvara Arpana Buddhi is for managing cause effect. Here we are going beyond cause effect by discovering the mithyatam of cause effect. Am I clear, Sunita, on this? Or there is a doubt still? There is a doubt, ask.
No, Swamiji, it is clear. It is just that it is very difficult.
Yeah.
It is like very difficult to get out of that rut. So, means it requires, I don't know.
For Vyavahara it's required.
Means we think with it. Yeah, but then we to demarcate in the mind that this is Vyavahara and we know the truth, and still it becomes that reality of Vyavahara always comes in.
Yeah.
So,
but it has to stop conditioning. The Vyavaharic reality will be there. Stop conditioning. See, cause effect is important. In making a good cup of filter coffee, how much cause effect thinking goes into it? When you see a South Indian mommy doing it, it seems effortless. The amount of coffee powder, that, all that, make the decoction. It looks effortless, but it is not. There is a lot of cause effect thinking in doing a simple thing like making a cup of coffee. Starting from the roast onwards. How the seeds are roasted. How much chicory has to be added. From there on, all that. Why should the chicory be added? To bring out the body, the flavor, cause effect. 20% ideal. But why do restaurants add more? Because chicory is cheaper than coffee. So can you see so much of cause effect thinking in making a cup of coffee, which we don't think twice about? Would be मैं इनके कॉफी पूछा हो गया का. But so much of cause effect thinking has gone into that. Just a cup of coffee. So in any vyavahara, cause effect thinking is there. But there we don't think, no? See, Tell me, how many of us who are not making the decoction have to put those rider into it? Think of cause effect when you are drinking a cup of coffee. Sushta? You don't. Why? Not our field, yaar. Doesn't matter. Coffee अच्छा मिला ना बस हो गया. You don't think twice about it. But in our field we are thinking. Whatever concerns me, I will think. Naturally, I'll think. Better that we think. But can we see? The question now is to think in terms of cause effect. Yes, that's the human mind functioning, and also see the mithyatvam of the whole thing. That cause effect works only within a segment. Oh, this is the exact process. You are achieving something. Can there be more than one process to achieve that? No, this is the way. You are conditioned by it. Why? Kartum shakyam, akartum shakyam, anyathava kartum shakyam. Can be done, need not be done, can be done differently. So there can be other processes. Traditionally, this is a process that has come to be. Fine. So, when you think in your cause-effect relationship, when you start questioning the process of cause or effect, in a way you are loosen that. Because you are granting other ways of doing the same thing. To that extent, you are loosen the hold of it on you. And now people don't take this seriously. But in every scientific theory propounded, there has to be a possibility of fallibility, that it can be wrong, it can be false, it can be correct. People don't bother about that. But that is important because you are recognizing that your way, your cause-effect reasoning is fallible. That is it is not yet mithyatvam, but you are recognizing that my process of cause-effect thinking has a fallibility in it. The possibility of fallibility. Big thing. That instead of this line of cause-effect thinking, I can get into another line of cause-effect thinking.
Is there a falsification criteria for Advaita also?
Advaita is pramana based. Pramana based is not cause-effect thinking. Your understanding of Advaita is pramana based. Is maybe logic will come into it. Look at it. What am I holding in my hand? A pen. Is there a cause-effect relationship in this? Or is it only your eyes telling you it is pen? So pramana is telling you that this is a pen. Similarly, Vedanta is a pramana that tells you Advaitam Satyam. Now to understand that, I may need some cause-effect relationship, some logic. And there are different types of logic. Is the Mandukya Karika logic the same as Taittiriya logic? Paradigms are different. Same as Kathopanishad logic, Mundakopanishad logic, Kenopanishad logic, Isa Upanishad logic. But there is one thing common in all of them. What is that? You come to Mandukya Karika, they should understand that. There is one thing in common in all of them, all the logic. What is that? Adhyaropa apavada. Yes. Adhyaropa apavada. So in the Adhyaropa apavada also there can be differences. Like here, The whole Mithyatvam of cause effect is talking about. Are you all getting this? It's a subtle topic. It's a topic where I am freeing my mind from the avesha of cause effect. I use cause effect for my functioning. Of course you will use. I had one look at that uprooted tree. I knew exactly what was the cause for it. Now they'll do an inquiry and I'll come to the same conclusion. Unless they want to protect the contractor who did that. Cause effect there also. The cause effect is easy, natural. If you have studied Tarka, etc., a lot of cause effect will be there. Mithya hai lekin. Are you getting this? This is important. To have your mind. Yeah.
All serious philosophies generally need to have a falsification criteria.
Yeah.
But a lot of these faith or belief-based systems do not come under that category.
What doesn't come under that category?
Faith or belief-based systems.
Faith and belief are based without any logic anyway.
Right.
What is a belief system? A conclusion before verification.
Right.
Therefore subject to correction. If faith is a belief is a conclusion before knowledge, then it is subject to correction and verification. But we are not willing to be corrected. Why? Because I have dropped all sense of logic from our mind. So I saw a video the other day, maybe I should put it up somewhere. It says, in all the bluff that's going around, religion is the biggest bluff. Why? He has managed to convince us that there is one character staying, one guy is staying in the sky, God knows how, and keeping an eye on everything that's happening here, controlling everything that's happening here, and willing to punish anyone who disobeys what he has created. Now look at it, a belief system like that is what? Not verified anything. And you can't verify also because you can go to his place only after death. Therefore, unless both of us die, both of us go to the same place and say, koi hai nahi idhar. Then for that also they have an answer. That's because you are not believers, you won't go there. Being a good person is not enough. You have to be a believer. Whereas in Hindu Dharma, it says, yeah, that's a place like that. Holiday home, eh? Go have a break there. If you are a good person, whether irrespective of your religion, you have been a good person, you will go there. Why? Because there is a universality to it. Ishti you may not have done, put a lot of purti you have done, good enough. You've been a good human being. Pitraloka Jaya. Meet all your ancestors. Are you sure you want to meet them? Especially if you had a critical parent or a smothering parent, are you sure you want to meet them? Not had enough of them here or what? That's a secondary question. So, faith-based, etc., there is no logic, therefore there is no cause effect. They try to make it, some sort of cause effect they will give you to hook you. After that, no, now don't question further. That's blasphemy. I mean, sometimes you wonder how these faith-based religions are surviving in the 21st century. Really, you wonder. And many of them are dismissive of science. Earth doesn't rotate. Why? Because heaven is supposed to be on top of Mecca. If Earth rotates, then they'll be displaced. No? Can you not think that is also rotating? No, it doesn't rotate. But scientifically proved rotate. Oh, science baat karo na, that's an opinion. They will say that science is an opinion. Then I will turn around and say, what you are saying is also an opinion, unverified. No, this is fact, is the word of God. How do you know it's word of God? Bhagwan to nahi aake bola na. Some character said that in a series of dreams, suras. So your whole thing is based on periodic dreams. I mean, if I want to be dismissive, so easy. Because that's faith based.
So then would you also dismiss heaven?
Hmm?
Would you also dismiss heaven mentioned in the...
Yeah, we take heaven as mithya. See, the scriptures also mention 14 dimensions. After this we will go into Vedanta Sara. There it talks about that. 14 dimensions we talk about. But as mithya, not as satyam. Not permanent, temporary. 7 higher lokas you go as a break. 7 lower lokas you go as a remand home, corrective institutions, where certain behavior issues are corrected, certain value issues are corrected. Yeah?
If they are different from what is there in the earth, that means they are localized.
Yeah, of course they are
They are
localized.
all Mukya only.
They are not talked about within this creation. They are talked about all localized. Nothing is talked about as non-localized. No.
So everything is Mithya.
Yeah. 7 lokas are 14 lokas are all mithya. These are 14 dimensions of creation. Whole creation is mithya. How do you say dimensions are not mithya? I mean, we have measured time in terms of kalpas and yugas. At the same time, what do we say? Mithya. See, we have used cause effect enough to calculate such dimensions. You ask a local astrologer, when is the eclipse going to happen? He will do some calculations on his seashells, he will do some calculations and tell you the exact time. Purely non-scientific, no? In terms of our understanding of science. But he tells you, that's correct. That means different ways of cause effect. No? But that is dismissed as unscientific because in today's world we think only science is logical. Agree that's not scientific because it doesn't follow the scientific paradigm. But if it can come to the same result and with equal accuracy, then it is a valid discipline. It doesn't follow the scientific paradigm. It doesn't have to. Is it a valid discipline of knowledge? The result proves it, then fine. Different logic, yeah. Different logic. So, there is where the whole thing comes. Whole logical systems are there to deal with issues. But mithya. The whole thing is mithya thing. And that's important to understand the mithyatum of things. For that, you must not be stuck on cause effect. Use cause effect, of course. In Vyavahara, you need it, please use it. Use it intelligently. Because if you're dropping cause effect, what will you go into? Let's say, okay, I'm dropping cause effect. What will you go into?
Swamiji, when you say you are dropping, itself you have given some satyatvam to it already.
accepted, but I am asking a question. If you drop cause effect, what will you go into?
Nothing. You cannot do any vyavahara at all.
You can
Because
do.
every activity
There are
is
people
on
who do.
that.
There are people who do. How will they do it? Purely belief oriented, opinion oriented, illogical behavior. Don't you have people behaving like that? Arey Baba, you have a ligament tear. Either that has to be stitched or there is scar tissue, etc. You will have to exercise it. No, I will not do that. Only my breathing practice will take care of that. My pranayamas will take care of that. होता है? Your pranayamas will help healing. Yes. It will stimulate the natural healing process of the body. And your ligament tear also may be healed because the natural healing process of the body with enhance will heal. But scar tissue, what are you going to do about it? The scar tissue also will become pliable with pranayama. Yeah, if you practice it for 30 years. Or do some exercise and take care of it. Or take some anesthesia and stretch it out. Do some massage and clear it off. No, faith-based function. Logical people also become like that. That's because a commitment to a system is so much that you can't think of other things.
Even in this latest physics, like special theory of relativity, etc., we have concluded that there is no such thing as absolute time or absolute space.
Correct.
Because they don't take the universe as illusional. They say there is space-time is real, but individually considering
Correct.
space or it
Correct.
is not real. It is not absolute.
Yeah, but the Mithyatvam is not yet clear.
No,
Yeah. Now, why I am saying all this? I know this guy who teaches pranayamas. He's very good, okay? I have not seen anyone better than him. He's very good. And this character came to him with gallbladder stones. So he taught him a series of breathing. I saw the X-ray. I said, these gallbladder stones cannot go. You cannot pass it through your gallbladder. It won't come out. Through the opening, it will not come out to be flushed out of the system. They are too big for that. Whatever breathing you do will encourage healing, but this will not come out. Your doctors have advised a colostomy. That's necessary. No, I'll try it out. He tried it out. And after 3 months, he had to be rushed because the pain was so much, he had to rush to the hospital and do it. This is over faith in a system. If you're following a system, it's good to believe the system, okay? You can't keep doubting a system and try to follow it. That won't work. You have to accept it. But you also have to see the limitations of it. No system will work in everywhere. So, that's the limitation of logic. First see the limitations of it, then see the mithyatvam of it. It's important. Only then that avesha of cause effect will come. First recognize the limitations. Every system of logic exists within certain paradigms. Outside the paradigm, their logic will not work. So recognize that. And there are more than one ways of doing a thing. Recognize that fact also. So your body is looked upon in different systems of logic. Medicine, allopathy, modern medicine or what we call as allopathy is one system. Ayurveda is another system. Homeopathy is another system. Siddha medicine is another system. Unani is another system. Finally, so all the systems will work. All the systems have a limitation. Finally, none of them will work. Aushadam Janavi Toyam Vaidyo Narayano Hari. What is the medicine? Drink the Ganga water. Why? Now you are ready to go. None of this is working now. Bound to be there. No? Bound to be there. Now, Swamiji, I am extending my life with all these things. Are you extending your youth or are you extending your old age? That also has to be questioned. If youth is extended, I'll buy into it. If old age is extended, I don't want it. Why? Somewhere Clint Eastwood, the actor, all this cowboy movies he used to act, Dirty Harry, etc. Clint Eastwood. Yeah, he has talked about aging. Go search in the net and have a look at it. You'll say, no, I don't want to live too long. Because he is 96, still functional. Yeah. But all systems have a limitation, and he is talking about the limitations. Understand that. Then, after seeing the limitations, because Sunita Savla was saying, where is she? Is she there here? Okay. She's there. Okay. See, therefore, if you see the limitation of your system, then that avesha is not there. Then the next step of mithyatvam is will be easier. So get into it like that. See the limitation. All logic is inherently limited. All paradigms are limited. Vedanta is also limited. Will it take care of your food, clothing, shelter? Will it make you you make money? Only if you start your own religion or your own cult. Then it stops being Vedanta anyway. Yeah. So that's where it is. You have to be able to see that. Okay. So, cause effect. Ready to bury it? Okay. Okay. If there are any questions, doubt, shoot, because it's a very, very important thing. Because the life is based on cause effect, and because our life is based on mithya anyway. Okay. Then going further, he says, Samvritya jayate sarvam shashvatam nasti tena vai sadbhavena hi ajam sarvam uchchana tena nasti te. Samvritya jayate sarvam. Because you are looking at it from samvriti, meaning vyavahara angle. Sarvam jayate. Things are born. Cause effect. Okay. Any creation or modification is within vyavahara, isn't it? So, samvritya jayate. Shashvatam tena vai. Nasti tena vai. Therefore, there is nothing shashvatam. There is nothing eternal. Why? Because things have been born, no? Jayate hi dhruvo mrityuhu. If it has come into existence, destruction is inherent in it. You can't say it's born and will become eternal. So, then he says, Sadbhaveni hajam sarvam. But when you are looking at it from the standpoint of reality, from the point of reality, then ajam sarvam, then nothing is born, nothing is created. Therefore, he says, uchchadetena nasti vai. There is nothing like destruction. Look at it. If you are looking from the Vyavahara angle, there is nothing eternal, everything is going to be destroyed. If you are looking at it from the standpoint of reality, there is nothing to be destroyed. Complete opposite viewpoint, isn't it? Vyavaharically, everything is subject to destruction. There is nothing that is not subject to destruction, including your heaven and hell, etc. Everything is subject. Because it has come into being. Your entry into heaven is created by your punya. Therefore it is a birth, therefore it is an end. There is nothing like eternal heaven. Except fancied about in some books. And if I am looking at the whole thing from the standpoint of reality, or the point of reality, nothing is born. Therefore there is no destruction. In one view, everything is subject to destruction. It's a sorrowful thing, isn't it? Here you look at it, that everything you know you have will go. Your house will be lived in by somebody else. Your money will be enjoyed by somebody else. Your clothes and your possessions will be thrown out as junk, sold to the Bangarwala. Body, don't even talk about it. Burn it as quickly as possible. Get rid of it. My God. I mean, how does it make you feel? Everything subject to destruction. I told you now what my mother used to do. When she come, she stay with my sister, but she used to visit me. Come for a few days. Straight first she'll walk into the kitchen, because for a homemaker, kitchen is the most important place. Where is that ladle gone? See, there it is. It's broken. Yep. I used it for 40 years, it didn't break. You broke it in 1 year. No, it got broken in 41 years. 41 years of use. Bound to happen. I mean, a ladle lasting for 41 years is pretty good. No? How did it break? You think I used it as a hammer or something? In fact, the load on it is less. When the house was full for 40 years, lot of sambar will be made. Now it's only for one person. So the use is less actually, less load on it. I'm joking, I'm fooling around. But the idea I want you all to understand is what? There is a thing. Everything is subject to destruction. In fact, after some time you yourself will get fed up of something that was favorite, but it's become faded and old now. But still I don't want to throw it away, I want to keep it. How long? One Diwali spring cleaning, you'll throw it out yourself. Correct or not? Everything is subject to destruction. Because you are looking at it from the Vyavahara, Samsara point of view. If you are understanding from the reality, there is no birth, there is no destruction. And the eternal is everything else appearance. Appearance will come and go. That's okay. I am the reality. Nothing happens to that. Even that thing that looks broken ultimately is the reality, you know. That ladle that this lady was so fond of, it's based on existence awareness. No? Change of form took place. That's the whole thing. So what do you want? What is the standpoint that you want to have in life? Vyavahara, where everything exists. That's samsara. Loss, death, destruction, grief. Or to understand yourself as a reality and free from the whole thing. Neither birth nor death, nothing. Chidananda Rupo, Shivo Hom, that's it. Not caught up in anything. And you can enter samsara and enjoy the whole thing. That's another thing. That's the beauty of it. We can enjoy the whole thing. Don't tell me that you don't enjoy mithyatvam, okay? In fact, you can enjoy mithyatvam only. You pay good money to enjoy mithyatvam. All your Netflix and Amazon and all is what? TV. Enjoying mithyatvam. Scrolling on the phone, delaying sleep, all that is for what? Enjoying mithyatvam only, or kya? Mithya is mithya actually. Within mithya you are creating another mithya and enjoying it. Arey, samsar ka khel dekho, bahut mithya hai. Oh, Swamiji, this is real. That is the problem. That's the problem. But Swamiji, birth and death, etc., they are sad, no? Yeah, in a way they are sad, in a way they are not. If you think you have come from another dimension on earth to learn some lessons, all those people there are missing you. And on death, you have learned your lessons, some of them at least, and then you are going back. There should be celebration there, no? Welcoming you back. हाँ भैया बेटा वापस आ गया, बहुत अच्छा है, कैसा था? That's why they say when someone has lived a full life and gone, his death should be celebrated. Correct, it's right. Can you see the mithyatvam? You just shift standpoint, the whole thing becomes mithya. Therefore, you live a life understanding the reality that you are, owning it up, and enjoy the mithya world as long as it is there. And when the time for your mithya body to drop it happily. Finally freed from that also. Last few years this was giving me some problems. But what if you are not rooted in this knowledge? Even then it is okay. Why? गाड़ी पुराना हो गया, अभी नया गाड़ी लेने के. This body has become poor, old now, no? पुराना हो गया. Not enough spare parts available. Can't keep on repairing it. Time to junk it and get a new one. From Vyavahara standpoint, nobody looks at it like that. Unless they got some insights into the reality. Some insight, may not have owned it up, but some insight. Okay, then going further he says, Dharmaye jayante, jayante na tattvataha, janma maya upamam desham, sacha maya na vidyate. Dharma here is jiva, okay? Always uses the term dharma for jiva. Iti jayante. that are seen to be born. Na jayante tu tattvataha. In reality, they are not born. Janma maya upamam desham. Janma is purely because of maya. It appears to be born. Oh, so maya is making things born, na? Na. Maya na vidyate. Maya is that which is not there. Maya, really speaking, is something that is not there. So what is your issue like? You know? So my own birth and death, yet this has to be converted like that. My own birth and death is mithya. You may have a horoscope, which sometimes looks like a horoscope. Mithya. Meant for the body and mind, nothing more than that. Mind also is meant for. Horoscope not just for the body, but the mind also. Ketu Dasha. Ketu Dasha, a lot of confused thinking will happen. Why Ketu doesn't have a head? So if you're going through Ketu Dasha, expect some confusion in your thinking, etc. But Vairagya will be there. And Naga, therefore money can come in. Horoscope. Mithya, lekin. You're not really born. Only body, mind. Mind is also not really born. Mind was there, manifest in this body when the body was born. Remember the 3 types of tadatmya we talked about? वो सब भूलना ही नहीं जाने के. From which Prakarana Grantha there was? Can you anyone remember?
Is it Drigdrishya?
Drigdrishya Viveka, yes.
Sahajam.
Yeah. Sahajam, natural. Wherever there is a mind, consciousness will be manifest. Karmajam, that mind will be associated with this body because of karma.
And Bhranti.
And Brantijam, confusion that I am the body. So the problem is only that. That has to go. That Bhranti, that I am the mind and body has to go. That Bhranti creates an Adhyasa. That Adhyasa is the Ahankara. So how will it go? By knowing the truth, not any other way. So the search for identity is natural in human being. I want my own identity. I don't want to be known as somebody's son, somebody's wife. Fine. So what do? Go and pick up a job. In what way is that anything different? No, I earn my own living, I am my own master, etc. Good, very good. Corporate identity you have created. It hit you very badly. If that is the identity you are relying on in your life, it will hit you very badly when you retire. You feel useless. You feel worthless. You will want to keep that illusion going. So it's not replacing one identity with another identity. It's replacing an identity with the understanding of the reality. That all these identities I have created are mithya, based on something. What am I really? I am. So understanding that is what works. That I am Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Identity, roles I am playing, dresses I am wearing. I can wear any dress. What's the difference? I can play any role. It's not me. And what are you? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman. And what is all this? Appearance, Baba, not real. संसार का खेल देखो, मजा ही आएगा. Look at the play of samsara. Can you ever think that a parent will want the death of a child, of a loved son. In Mahabharata it is said Abhamanyu was fated to die at 16. Krishna could have saved him but didn't save him. You know why? Because Abhimanyu was Agni Devata's son. Agni Devata said, yes, I will allow him to be born and to support the Pandava horses. But I want him back by the time he's 18 years old. I am not going to be separate from him more longer than that. So Krishna could have saved him, but he didn't. Why? Because that word was given. He'll be back there. Here his mother was upset. There his parents were rejoicing. Beta वापस आ गया. Here we say Akala Mrityu. He died so young. Before life could start, he died. Then, thank God he came back, Baba. We are missing him too. Both mithya perspectives. Both are mithya. Not that is satyam. No, that is equally mithya. That is equally mithya. This is equally mithya. Can you see why I keep saying samsara ka khel? This is a game of samsara that goes on. For which, because of our causation hunting, we have created certain structures so it's easier to deal with. Karma, karma phala, dharma, all that. ठीक है, रवा दे. Think it over. It's a big topic here. But it continues. Okay? We'll see the details again. More details next class. Okay. Good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.